Mrs. Jumbo! Oh, Mrs. Jumbo!
On the birth of the beloved flying elephant Dumbo, a stork seeks out his mother, Mrs. Jumbo.
Mrs. Jumbo!
And on that day, his name was chosen to be Jumbo Jr.
A happy birthday, dear. Dear me, what's his name?
Jumbo Jr.
Oh, Jumbo Jr., huh?
But the truth is, and I'm sorry if you believe in the stork, mammalian children like Dumbo are born from a mother and have a father, just like you and me. So who is this elephant? Who is Mr. Jumbo? Hello, I'm Isaac from What's So Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm going to theorize on who is Dumbo's father. If you'd like to learn more about Dumbo, I've provided all of the links to the movies and the resources I used in the description. And to continue discussing Disney with me, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. Also, big shout out to the big Disney YouTuber Brian Hall, who originally brought me this idea. He does a lot of great Disney impressions everywhere you can think of, and the link to his channel will also be in the description. It turns out, in the late 1800s, there was an elephant named Jumbo.
150 years ago, hardly anyone in Europe had ever seen a living African elephant. And then an enormous male arrived. His name was Jumbo.
He was rumored to be the largest elephant on the planet, and his celebrity status took him across the globe, and it's said that he inspired Hollywood movies long after his death.
The real-life Jumbo was a sight to behold across the world, and he was so influential, the film Dumbo may have even been inspired by his tail. Dumbo not only possesses the same birth name as Jumbo, but Jumbo also possesses mesmerizing characteristics that would give Dumbo his iconic large ears. While Jumbo was a massive African elephant, Mrs. Jumbo was an Asian elephant, seen through her smoother skin, small ears, and lack of tusks. Since Mrs. Jumbo and all of the elephants in Dumbo's circus were Asian elephants, they were likely not accustomed to the large ears of the African elephant. So a child born of an African elephant would seem to possess massive ears. The truth is though, Dumbo's ears were much larger than a normal African elephant, which can be attributed to Jumbo's massive size. Jumbo may have not been the largest elephant ever recorded, but he was large for his age.
3.2 meters.
Pretty
wow.
tall. Actually, that's 20% difference. Yeah, Jumbo was taller than he should be for his age.
So Jumbo had another 16 years of growing.
He was tall, he was big, he had big ears, and I'm sure he had a loud...
Do it again? Oh no, I can't do it again because then Daddy may have an aneurysm.
Because of Jumbo's massive size for his age, he likely would have passed down these attributes to any offspring he had, including those features like his large ears. In addition, even though Dumbo did have odd ears and did not really have a purpose in the circus troupe for quite some time, it makes sense the circus would continue to invest their time and resources into Dumbo because he was one of the last descendants of the world's most famous elephants. Marketing the show with an elephant related to Jumbo was enough to draw huge crowds even after large flops, controversies, and wild elephants. Dumbo was single-handedly saving the circus even before he flew. But the problem is that Jumbo just can't actually be Dumbo's father. When I was watching the film, I noticed these telephone poles and thought, oh shucks, there wasn't even ubiquitous electricity in 1885 when Jumbo died, much less telephones. And sure enough, at the end of Dumbo, on the newspaper, Dumbo is confirmed to become famous around March 1941. That time span is too long for the famous elephant Jumbo to be Dumbo's father, but that doesn't mean his son couldn't be. Now, I don't really know if the real-life Jumbo had a son, but maybe he did in Dumbo's world. I mean, in Dumbo's world, I've seen a vegetable truck, a needle that winks his eye, and an elephant fly, so I'm sure it might be okay if Jumbo had a son. At the time of Jumbo's death in 1885, Jumbo was owned by one of the most famous circus groups in the world, Barnum and Bailey's. Thus, if Jumbo were to possess a son late in his life, it would likely be owned by this group. And interestingly enough, Barnum and Bailey's was headquartered in Florida. And do you remember where Dumbo was born? Oh yeah, the winter quarters of the circus we follow is in Florida. Plus, with elephants living to be around 40 to 60 years in age, the son of Jumbo could have lived to 1941. Jumbo's son being the father to Dumbo allows Jumbo's rare elephant characteristics and name to pass down to Dumbo without any timeline issues. But unfortunately, there is one big issue though. The genetic differences are too great between African and Asian elephants to typically breed. There has only been one known case of a crossbreed elephant born in the Chester Zoo in 1978 named Madi. Despite intensive nursing care, the child passed 2 weeks after its birth. But Mrs. Jumbo is definitely an Asian elephant, and Jumbo's son definitely seems like a perfect candidate to be Dumbo's father, even though he is an African elephant. So is there a way to explain it? I think there were 2 reasons Mrs. Jumbo and Jumbo's son may have had a child. In the early 20th century, groups like the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums began to set a precedent. To preserve rare animals in captivity, the different zoos and aquariums would breed animals together from other zoos to make sure genetic diversification is high everywhere. So, Barnum and Bailey likely wouldn't have bred Jumbo's son with their 20+ elephants. In addition, I think Jumbo's son was approaching the end of his life, since even if he was born the year the original Jumbo died, he would still be approaching the end of an elephant's life's age range. He was definitely approaching his time, so to capitalize one last time on Jumbo's son, Barnum and Bailey approached circuses for the chance to have one of their elephants give birth to the descendant of Jumbo. At the same time as Jumbo's son was approaching his time to pass, Dumbo's future circus is seen constantly attempting to innovate and develop new shows after every stop, likely because they were having trouble staying financially viable. They were getting desperate, so they reached out to Barnum and Bailey's to ask if they could pay to attempt to mate Dumbo's mother and Jumbo's son before he inevitably passed. And somehow, under some miracle, Dumbo was born healthy. He possessed a variety of genetic irregularities, but he was alive. Either soon after Dumbo's birth or during Mrs. Jumbo's pregnancy, I think it is likely that Jumbo's son passed away, which is why we never see him in the film. Jumbo goes down in history as one of the most famous animals of all time. He captivated audiences around the world with his massive size for his age and had the ability to pass down unique attributes to his offspring. But unfortunately, he was born too long before Dumbo to have been his father. Instead, perhaps, Jumbo's son could have provided the film's struggling circus with Dumbo, the miracle elephant with the massive ears that gave him the ability to fly. If you enjoyed theorizing on Dumbo, then click that like button, and if you are interested in staying up to date with more magical Disney videos, then click that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So now it's time for the question of the day, sponsored by my patrons. Do you think Dumbo is a descendant of Jumbo? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you'd like to see more Watso videos, then check out some awesome pics over here. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks Brian for the idea, and have a magical day.